Anthony Joshua!
Welcome back to London's iconic O2 Arena, a venue that hosts the biggest names in music.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, silver hair waiting. 16 stone, 12 pounds, 9 ounces. Undefeated, 8 contests, 8 wins, all inside the scheduled distance. He comes to the ring as a 2-time ABA champion and the winner of the coveted Olympic gold medal. Ladies and gentlemen, from Watford, England, it's AJ Anthony Joshua! Let's get the action on the way then, 10 rounds. Denis Bakhtov!
I'm the referee. I spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know the rules. Watch the heads, keep the punches, you break clean. And remember, defend yourselves at all times. Shake hands.
A real crackle of anticipation around. That's what this fella brings. People turn out just to get a close-up of Anthony Joshua. A real... Can he repeat the trick as a professional? And he's up against Denis Bakhtov, who once held this title, the WBC International. Tonight, this is his 9th professional fight. Physically just so imposing. 16 stone 12 on the scales yesterday, Jim. Bakhtov grabs. Bakhtov tends to stick around. I mean, he's never been got out of there inside. He's only failed to go the distance once since 2005. That was against Manuel Shah. He knows how to look after himself. And that's what Joshua needs. He needs some rounds. He needs an opponent who can make him miss.
Yeah, competitive rounds. At the moment, Bakhtov doesn't know how to get close.
Yeah, this could be big trouble for Bakhtov already. He's catching him early. The crowd's caught fire as well. And Bakhtov knows he's in a fight. Up, Jim. The legs don't look good. Landed a right hand there, Bakhtov. A little shake of the arm, all right, and Joshua smiles right back at him. Joshua's quickest win, 80 seconds. Back at Wembley Stadium against Matt Legg. But he's caught and hurt this fella already.
Well, I mean, you have to compare Joshua's performance with the recent performances against Bakhtov, and this is terrific. You know, he's not moving into punching, you know, close enough to get countered.
Left eye. Cut there as well.
I mean, Bakhtov is an experienced guy, and he was trying to find a way to get close to Joshua. And he get thumped with the jab, then the big right hand, and Joshua is picking the punches beautifully at the moment.
Well, he made him miss with that cute here. And then once Joshua tagged him, you could see he was in trouble. Missing there, Joshua. Something himself can't get close.
Nah, just in total control.
And smiling.
The throw showing a nice little feint, you know, thinking a special talent in the heavyweight division.
Oh, look at that counter right hand as well. He loved it. Bakhtov just taking it though, but Joshua smiling again. Sharp, nasty little short inside left hand there as well. Bakhtov left hand caught. And Joshua grinning from ear to ear as he's tagging a very here in Denis Bakhtov.
And full credit to Bakhtov. These are the punches that have finished the 8 opponents already. He's still any impression whatsoever, but he's taken his medicine. So he's proved his toughness getting through that round. That was a huge round.
Disastrous round for Bakhtov. Everything but the red cape for Anthony Joshua in there at the moment. Round 2 then. Joshua has never been past 3. Scheduled for 10. We have 3 scoring judges. We'll be needing them.
But you know, he's not just thinking about power, Joshua, he's thinking about his skills as well. Terrific right hands. This guy's experienced, and that's what's keeping him in there.
And Bakhtov really trying to tag him back. But again, just too sharp and too powerful from Joshua, who's slicing into ribbons here. And Ian John Lewis might have a job to do because Bakhtov is so brave, he's standing up to this, but he is getting pounded, and Ian John Lewis did absolutely the right. Well, I thought he was stopping it.
He should be.
And he will, and he has. Seen him before, and you wondered what the fuss was about. That is what the fuss is about.
That's as good a performance as what I've ever seen from Anthony Joshua. He's just wiped out a guy who does not see the things he's been working on in the gym. He puts them all perfectly in the fights. You can't take chances with a talent like this, but there is no question this young man is going all the way.
Well, if you want to make the comparison after this finish, Jim, because, I mean, he was cutting him to shreds, wasn't he?
Yep, and he took nothing back in the process. And just tremendous natural power. Full credit to try to fire back. OK, they've a long 15-year career. But these are the punches that were flooring the previous of Joshua's opponents. This guy was taking them and still trying to get himself back into the fight. This is the point when the fight should really... A couple more shots, then in he goes. One more decent punch, and he called it off.
He was glad to be out of there. This really was impressive from Joshua tonight. Capable and can look after himself, and he looked like a little kid in there against Anthony Joshua. Well, again, let's go back to the comparison. He's done in 9 fights, and he's won his first 10-rounder. He gets his first belt. Lennox Lewis.
AJ Anthony Joshua!
I'll do it after this finish, Jim, because, I mean, he was cutting him to shreds, wasn't he?
Yep, and he took nothing back in the process. And just tremendous natural power. Full credit to try to fire back. OK, they've a long 15-year career. But these are the punches that were flooring the previous of Joshua's opponents. This guy was taking them and still trying to get himself back into the fight. This is the point when the fight should really... A couple more shots, then in he goes. One more decent punch, and he called it off.
He was glad to be out of there. This really was impressive from Joshua tonight. Capable and can look after himself, and he looked like a little kid in there against Anthony Joshua. Well, again, let's go back to the comparison.
Throwing a lot of punches in there this evening.
It only went 2 rounds, but I just wanted to hurt him. That's the main thing. I could have boxed, but I wanted to work my inside game and stuff, and he hasn't been stopped, so I just wanted to see what he could take, and I wanted to see what he was about as well. He was a strong guy, don't get me wrong, you know. He's not an easy opponent, but I just wanted to make light work of him, really.
Yeah, he hasn't been stopped legitimately for 9 years, I believe, and not really as fast as that.
Well, you got to understand, Britain is breeding some real talented fighters, so I know he hasn't been stopped in 9 years, but I don't think he's fought anyone from this hometown.
So how happy are you with your progress? Because it sounds like Michael Sprott will be next in November. Is that the kind of test you need, or do you need even a better test?
One step at a time. This is phase 2. From year 1, we went from 8-0 Emanuele Leo to Mr. Bakhtov now for the international title. Phase 2, you can kind of see what route we're going in. So Michael Sprott is the first.
As fast as that.
Well, you got to understand, Britain is breeding some real talented fighters. So I know he hasn't been stopped in 9 years, but I don't think he's fought anyone from this hometown.
So how happy are you with your progress? Because it sounds like Michael Sprott will be next in November. Is that the kind of test you need, or do you need even a better test?
One step at a time. This is phase 2. From year 1, we went from 8-0 Emanuele Leo to Mr. Bakhtov now for the international title. Phase 2, you can kind of see what route we're going in. So Michael Sprott is the first of phase 2, and then by the end of it, I'm sure we'll have potentially another one of these or fighting for some sort of British title, and that's what I'm looking forward to with Eddie.
And that belt guarantees you a world ranking.
Yeah, I don't look too much into that. Eddie's going to move my way through the rankings. My job is to come in here and put on a good fight for everyone that comes out to support.
I know you've got a routine when your fights go early. You're going to go backstage now and do some more work, is that right?
Yeah, I've got to go.